Hey guys, today we're going to talk about memorandums of understanding, also known as term sheets. MOUs, memorandum and understanding, and term sheets can be used interchangeably. What are they? They are documents used to articulate an agreement between two or more parties. They are often used before parties are ready to make a formal contract, because when you enter into a contract, you are bound by the terms. Whereas MOU and term sheets, they merely outline expectations and set out the responsibilities of what the parties intend to do before a full contract has been agreed upon. Unlike contracts, MOUs and term sheets are not intended to be legally binding. As a result, parties can usually avoid the agreement with no legal consequences unless the MOU or term sheet specifically provides for matters that are legally binding, and these are usually like confidentiality, return of documents. I will now discuss the common clauses you will see in term sheets. Number one, there will be a clause stating that the obligations of the parties are not legally binding until definitive agreements are entered into. What are the definitive agreements? It could be a sale and purchase agreement, it could be a franchise agreement. Secondly, it will usually provide for the structure of the transaction. The franchise, the terms of the franchise, is it if it's a sale of a business, is it a share sale? Is it an asset sale? The third thing that term sheets usually provide, consideration. What is consideration? You can watch one of my earlier videos, but in a nutshell, it means payment. Is it payment in a lump sum? Is the payment to be done in tranches on specified dates? The fourth common clause that would be found in a term sheet would be conditions precedent. These are usually reflected in the actual contract. What are conditions precedent? These refer to matters that have to be fulfilled before the obligations of the parties come into effect. Frequent conditions precedent include the satisfactory due diligence being performed on the company, no material adverse event, all licenses, permits, and approvals have been obtained by the seller or buyer. There are no laws or regulatory authorities that prohibit the transactions contemplated. A common clause in the term sheet would also provide that the contracts or definitive agreements would contain representations and warranties customary in such transactions. Another common clause would be good faith, that the parties have to negotiate in good faith, because in Singapore, the courts are reluctant to recognize or imply a duty to act and negotiate in good faith in commercial transactions and contracts. It is also common to see confidentiality clauses during the time of the MOU, as well as after the MOU has expired and the deal does not go through. The term sheet should also contain governing law clause and a dispute resolution clause. If both parties to the term sheet are in Singapore, it is preferable that the dispute be referred to the Singapore courts. But if the parties are in different countries, it is preferable to have arbitration as a dispute resolution mechanism. So thanks for watching this video on term sheets.